Audio Jungle.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to KPL News. I'm your host, CJ Sandoval, and on today's top story, we have the topic that is Gen Z. And to help us better understand this topic, we have three wonderful guests, speakers who are not only high school researchers at Santa Fe High School, but Gen Z teens themselves.
Three.
So let's give a warm welcome to our first speaker, Stephanie Zambrano. Thank you for being here today. So I've heard that you've been doing some research on your own generation, Gen Z. Can you tell us anything about that, your experience about being a Gen Z, a teen yourself, anything that you can add?
Of course. Well, being part of Gen Z could mean many things. I think a lot of people view us as sensitive and addicted to technology, but in reality, it's a lot more than that. I think this generation is just a lot more aware of the world we live in, and it just can take a toll on how we act and how we perceive things. Honestly, I could say I'm proud of what this generation is doing. Even then, it could be hard because a lot of the time people don't want to listen to what you have to say.
Wow, and what do you think makes this generation different from others?
Gen Z is considered to be one of the most open-minded generations. They work hard to better themselves and educate others. I really believe that they're putting in the effort to better the world that they live in. If you're a part of Gen Z and you want to make change happen, don't be scared to speak up. A lot of people are going to look down on you, but you have to remember that there's a huge generation out there ready to support you. Be the advocate. 3.
Speaking about, it seems many Gen Zers have taken up activism to try and make a difference in the community, like saving the bees. And to tell us more about this, we have Amber V. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, why do you think bees are so important?
I feel bees are really important to the environment because they help with like the plants and they provide oxygen for us to breathe.
And why now?
In the past 3 years, there has been nearly 40% of a decrease in the honeybee population, and this is the cause of not a lot of people are colonizing them, so they don't have a place to go, so they're left queenless. So without a queen, they don't colonize, and they just like die off. And then a lot of like sicknesses within like the bees, like parasites and stuff.
And what can everyone do to help save the bees?
They could just bring more awareness to the issue, not destroying any of their hives, using less pesticides, and support the beekeepers in the community.
Wow. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you.
3.
Well, that is just fascinating. Who knew these technology addicted teens could care so much about the environment? Well, folks, we'll be right back after this quick message from our sponsors, Doom Eternal. Are you constantly bored with nothing to do? Do you wish you had Doom Eternal? Well, now you can. If you want to play, you can purchase it on PS4, Xbox, PC, or any gaming system you have for only 3 payments of $59.99. But wait, there's more. If you purchase 2 or more games, you can qualify for a 10% discount of your entire purchase. And even cool people have the game, like this cool person. Welcome back, and we're going to continue the topic of Gen Z. We have another guest speaker joining us today to tell us about the generational pressures and Gen Z teens. Let's welcome Valeria Ramirez.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. So you research generational pressures. Can you tell us more about the subject? I think it's something that we could really learn about.
Yeah, well, I will start off by saying that many students nowadays feel an immense pressure to succeed not only academically, but also in extracurricular endeavors. However, I think there's like a particular group of students that is feeling the intensity of these expectations, and that is first generation students.
Wow. And why do you think that is?
Well, I feel like they feel an even bigger burden to succeed than their peers because they not only want to accomplish more than their parents, but they want to make them proud. And I do feel that oftentimes it is personal motivation that drives them to succeed, but oftentimes it's the parents' pressure on their children to have them accomplish more than they did.
And do you think it's fair to put that much pressure on teens to succeed?
I don't think so. I think teens should be allowed to be teens. However, I do feel that if they have that personal motivation to succeed, they should be allowed to pursue that. And their parents should still feel proud of them, no matter what.
Of course.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Well, folks, you heard it here about activists, Gen Z teens, and the pressures of going to college. That will conclude tonight's broadcast, and thank you, and have a good night.